Oh,
Hello and welcome to the GITCG Weeklies. This week we're having a bit of a fun tournament, and it's going to be Highlander and Heated Battle Mode at the same time. Let's start with Highlander. Highlander just means you can only run one of each card. So, one Lotus Flower Crest, one... Apparently Mondstadt Hash Brown is really popular. It's like at 100% presence. And I guess it's just a card you can slot into any deck. Yeah.
yeah, it looks to be there's going to be a lot of unique cards that we have not seen before, so that is going to be exciting for sure, and a lot of interesting characters being paired up here, I'll say, from what I've seen so far.
Yeah. And this tournament is also hosted in the Heated Battle Mode, which means everybody has like full Omni Dice every turn, which, is bringing some characters out of the woodwork. We had the Asia tournament yesterday, in which D-Luke took 2 out of the top 4 spots and the first place spot as well. D-Luke loves this format.
He absolutely does, mostly because he can just go in with those Omni Dice and not have to worry about managing the energy cost.
Yeah. Also, he doesn't really have like the best support cards, so like everybody else's support cards being, less consistent makes him better by proxy, I guess.
Yeah, plus, I mean, at the same time, I'm sure a lot of people have been itching to use him in the format. So I think that has to do with it a lot too.
Yeah.
It'd be interesting if we see anyone play the starter deck that we started out with. That is what I'll be looking out for.
Yeah, like that's what I forget. Was that one of the top 4, or was that straight up the one that won the tournament yesterday? Let me just quickly check that. It was 4th place. Katamis with Sucrose, Kaya, D-Luke just straight up coming through in 4th place. Absolute mad lad.
And
we are in game though.
No, this is the highlight. Oh no, we are in game with Kojo. Yeah. That's right. Sorry, I saw the Asia Highlander up top. It's okay. So everyone, one thing about this format is everyone is just going really fast. They're playing so fast that we've already had 2 turns so far. Well, 2 people make their moves so far in 1 turn.
Yeah, like it is more of a casual event, so everybody's just spamming out their stuff.
Look at the speed.
It's not necessary to like think about your turn like for 6 minutes. We are seeing the Ganyu though, and Ganyu is sort of the other character that really like sticks out when you think about like, oh, you have all Omni Dice. Like I can charge shot with like 100% consistency every turn. You telling me?
That's pretty much what Ganyu wants to do all the time, because if you let that Ganyu go unchecked, it can basically basically knock out the entire team.
Yeah. So yeah, this is a Ganyu versus Ganyu matchup. Rissa actually opting for the like pretty standard Ganyu Freeze Xingqiu Mona variant, whereas Kojo's definitely more sort of looking at the current meta that we're seeing develop, which is sort of a meta of let's just bring a bunch of carries and let's not worry too much about synergy.
I mean, I can see it working. I'm imagining Ganyu deals chip damage, Bennett does some healing and sustain, and then Noel sweep. That's my initial theory.
Yeah. Kojo's just blasting out here. Thinking about the Paimon probably. Yep. There we go.
Ends his turn.
Twice next turn then.
Well, we got... I imagine that they're going to try and swap out, into the Ganyu for the freeze. Ooh. That's a lot of damage coming in.
Yeah.
But they get a 3.
Oh, and the parametric transformer procs after the turn. Oh wait, no, that's just gonna proc Liben. It's here.
I like how he's circling it for us. Like, thank you, Kojo.
Let's go. So that's 12 dice this turn. And he's going to be able to. Oh wait, no, he can't freeze. Never mind. Because he's not running freeze Ganyu. So yeah, he's just going to.
I'm wondering how fast his brain works.
Charge shot anyway. He's opting for the burst instead, though. We'll
Probably a
do
setup.
over time. It will do the same amount of damage, and you keep 2 dice. But at the same time, like I don't know, I feel like just threatening Ganyu more right now is probably the better idea.
I think that's correct. Ganyu seems to be the main carry with Briss's team comp. So getting that chip down can set you up for success.
Yeah, we're also seeing the hand sort of clog up because, you know, a lot of these cards are not like necessarily the cards you want to immediately play right now. Especially when you're in like Ganyu doesn't need many cards to function, you know?
Ooh, taking a knockout on that Ganyu.
Yeah, this is getting out of hand quickly. Gojo will need to deal with this Ganyu, but at the same time, he has 9 dice now to do so, and it should probably be enough to take Ganyu out this turn.
We got Raid Boss Bennett coming down.
So that's 6
6
dice.
damage.
Yeah, 6 on that, 4 on the other. Oh.
Opting for the pizza for a little snack before.
Oh, and I think he can take Ganyu out now with Northern Smoked Chicken and a normal attack.
Except he can't. Did he eat already? With that, yeah, doesn't have enough.
Huh, okay.
I mean, because he used the mushroom pizza, so he can't eat again.
Oh, yes, that's correct as well.
Fortunately, I need enough appetite for one.
Another charge shot off. Oh wait, it would have been enough, but he can't eat it again. But
yes.
Then why did you eat the mushroom pizza?
He wanted some pizza. I imagine Ganyu's going to go for the burst here. Oh, and some smoked chicken.
Hydro resonance as well. Ooh.
Look at that healing.
I think that she's still going down from yeah.
Not from Bennett.
Yeah, this seems pretty hopeless.
Can we see the Noel sweep?
Press X to doubt. Press X to doubt.
I just have this image in my head of just shoving food into your character's mouth. Like, eat the food, eat it.
Yeah, especially when you like. I feel like a game that's even more the case when you see like you just feed them like 3 hash browns and they're just like
Yeah, it's basically like you just have your character and you just take the food and you're like, just eat the food, eat it.
Yeah.
And then at some point they get full and they're tired of it.
Puts down Leah Harbor Worth as well. Sort of like delaying Rissa's next attack. Actually, he's on 0. Never mind. So he's just setting up for the end of the turn. Meat rolls. That should be 2 normal attacks coming out.
2 damage. Getting ready for that burst.
Yeah.
Ooh, getting close. Theoretically, Noel could sweep this.
Yeah, I think what Rissa's trying to do right now is get Hydro applied to Noel, and then when when Mona goes down, freeze Noel with Ganyu, and then hopefully be able to finish from there.
I'd imagine so. Yep. But this could be a big play.
Yeah. Kind of just need to be able to stall to the end of the turn after this. Because it's going to be difficult to apply Hydro again. I guess you can... Like, if you swap to Xingqiu after you lose Mona here, I guess you can do it. But
Trying to decide about the healing.
I feel like the healing is not going down on Ganyu. Sorry, on Noel.
Looks like Noel will probably get frozen here, which can set up for... I mean, next turn, if Kojo attacks and takes out the gun, UFE goes first. Then he's set up to just 1v1 versus Zhao. With the Pavilions Cathedral acting as a way to heal.
Yeah. Like, this Noel's going to be on full health. Still has Lucky Dog, still has...
Oh.
Not capable of taking down this Noel. Oh, no, not in the situation that she's in.
So, oh, that could be big too.
Guardian's Oath.
Oh, that's a big draw. So looks like Gojo is thinking about using 4 damage coming down. They'll probably set up the shield.
Yeah.
And so one of the more skill expressions of this match, and I think of a lot of matches say, is which food do you use? Since you're limited to 1 food per round on the character, you have to figure out if you want to go for the heal or the shield, or maybe even more damage in your burst.
Yeah, Kojo's going for the normal attack here. I agree with that a lot because you need to apply pressure to the Xingqiu so that he can burst a second time. Because if you get Xingqiu's burst up, at that point on you can just pretty easily handle this Noel properly. Especially if we seeing. I'm not so sure how much food is in Rissa's hand, obviously, but there's at least a decent bit of healing. Okay, is letting this burst happen?
I think Kojo's thought process is I have to stay above a certain HP threshold to not get burst down by Ganyu. Especially since now, with the gamblers, I know it still won't be enough. I'll have 2 dice.
Did he have Northern Smoke in hand? No, yes, he does. So he can potentially normal attack 1 more time.
Except he has already eaten, sadly.
Oh, yeah.
I'm sorry, Noelle has already eaten. She has already eaten.
You are correct, of course. This is also without dice, though, so this is going to the next round.
Leave it to me.
Quick net keeping the burst up as well. We do see Lotus Flower Crisp still in hand, though, so that's really good to survive this 1v1.
Yeah. Looks like the Ganyu's going to be able to get the freeze off.
Yeah, like you're just looking for the finish next turn, the start.
Frostflake Arrow coming in, 4 damage plus the Chew, so 7 damage I would imagine. Yep, 3 damage. Yep.
Yeah.
It's a lot of damage.
Yeah, actually, Charge Shot still isn't enough, right? That's more than 6 damage.
The normal attack would do. Does more damage because they're frozen.
Oh, sorry, I read normal attack and I thought it was just a normal attack, not a charge shot. But yeah, it was a charge shot, so yeah, it does not have enough to take out this. Huh?
Because they're frozen, they take bonus physical damage.
Oh yeah, we had this last week.
Yeah, that's the one thing I learned last time.
How did I forget this already?
I was trying to figure out. I was like, I couldn't figure out the exact calculation, but I knew it would be close. The surprise at the end for sure.
That's tough, but yeah, that's how it be sometimes.
Yeah, I thought for a second there that Noelle would take that game.
Yeah, like I feel like it wasn't fully out of the question, but yeah, like just if he would have been able to start that turn, he would have obviously won. So like, it was like sort of just decided by like who could end the turn first the last round before. So it was very close. I
will say, as these matches are highly entertaining, Because you never know what's going to happen. You never know what that one card's going to be that can change a turn.
Yeah. And you also always know what your opponent's capable of outside of their hand. So like you're always thinking like, oh yeah, this is super consistent. You can do this, that, and the other, and then like, you know, a card can just break that all. Like, hey, we're seeing Guardian's Oath run, you know? Maybe I should check how many decks are running that.
I would imagine a good 50%. But that I pulled that out of nowhere.
Okay,
That's while you look that up. That's one of the
33% presence, a third.
That's it?
Yeah.
Oh, I would have thought more.
Yeah, it's still a relatively, you know, rough card sometimes. Also, like, I mean, if you look at the characters, yes, Fischl has one. Mona technically has one. But like we have like the characters that you really want Guardian's Oath against, like Rodea, we have 4 Rodea. And like I feel like there's very few decks that run like that many tokens.
Magu Kenki.
0.
Wow. No one trusts in the Magu Kenki.
Yeah. Like that is interesting to me. I'm not sure if people are just that sick of him, or if people have tested Magu Kenki and just realized no, this isn't working. Because like, you'd think if you get the cryo dice for free, like that should put him on the map like somewhat, right?
That was my thought process, but I mean that's probably why I'm not playing in this tournament instead, because I would just throw him into something and just have a bunch of summons on the side just swinging in. I'm not sure though, but in theory, it seems like it would work.
Spectre informing us Liel beat SI already?
Oh, really?
I guess I just have to refresh my thing. Oh yeah, wow. Liel beat Spartan and then marched on to beat SI as well. It's now waiting on the winner of Kiko versus Sen. That means SI is in losers, same for Spartan. Let me see. SI is going up against G-Bot Oxide in the next round. I like that there is a losers bracket in this tournament, considering just how luck dependent it can be, and also how quick the matches are in general. Because like we saw it yesterday in Asia, like matches are flying because everyone's just, you know, not paying, like not using all of the time allotted for every turn to just make sure they're like, people aren't taking it that seriously. Let's say it like that.
Yeah, and plus I think that there's also more freedom because you don't have to think about, okay, well, this gives me 2 dice, this costs me 3 dice, and how to get those. So you're more able to keep cards in your hand and just play whatever you have.
Yeah.
It sort of reminds me of like the Earth mode from League of Legends for those I played, where it's just go in, blow everything up, and whoever's left standing at the end is the winner.
Yeah, for sure.
But that's why these things are so much fun.
Also, I guess like the dice roll phase in every turn is like probably 10 to 20% of every turn, so that just speeds up the game, like, period.
I will say that there are times where I'm playing and I know that, okay, I know what I'm going to do next turn, and it's like, oh, I have to wait for the dice to roll, and my impatience kicks in. So I can imagine it does take some time.
Yeah. Let me see if we can, like, Spectre has informed us before the tournament that it's just going to go so quickly that it's not going to be able to put up deck lists on screen. I just still want to check, like, what interesting decks we have in general.
I'll help you out with that.
Out.
I did see a Kaya deck in there.
Yeah, Kaya Monocly. So that's another thing. Like, people are not paying that much, like that close attention to resonance, because you only get 1 of the resonance cards, not 2, so it's a lot less consistent. So like Resonance decks don't get as much inherent advantage as they would usually.
Yeah, and especially, I mean, why would you want that when you can just throw down one Paimon and then just go in? And I mean, you can start your deck off, your turn off pretty strong. That's why we see a lot of Ganyus out here, because they start out with that turn 1 Frostflake arrow, and they can set up every turn with that.
Mm.
Ooh, I do see an interesting deck in the mix of Sucrose, Oceanid, and Gene.
Yeah, double Animo with Rodea.
It is running the Elemental Resonance
It's
card.
definitely the old days, maybe not the good old days. But yeah, Rodea definitely appreciates the Omni dice as well. I mean, everyone who has like who needs to spend like 4 or 5, perfectly elemental dice, does appreciate the Omni dice for a metal thing.
So if you were coming into this tournament, what would you play as your 3 characters?
Tough.
Put you on the
I think
spot.
I'd definitely play Ganyu just for that. I feel like Bona for pivoting is just good in general. And probably like a sweeper as the last one.
Okay.
Maybe
Makes
Bennett
sense.
as well. I don't know. Something like that.
Can't go wrong with Bennett.
Yeah.
Hmm.
Like if you can play Bennett in the late game, you can like much more rely on having the talent card, having the Aquila, like especially if you play a decent amount of card draw, and like Ganyu gives you the freedom of having 3 dice at the end of the tournament, at the end of the turn, pretty much, and if you don't know what to do with it, just play Leah Harbor Wharf,
There you go. I think I would bring a Beidou. Something with Beidou in it. I have no reason why. Just to be a troll. Beidou.
You just like Beidou.
I was thinking of Barbara, but then with all the Ganyu freeze going around, that wouldn't be a good idea.
Also, please, like this is a fun tournament. Don't bring your
Don't bring
stall. I swear.
I don't play stall though, so I'm not really a
If you're
stall
playing
player.
Barbara, you're playing stall. I don't believe you.
Fun fact, I actually don't have her. She's the only character I do not have. I have no reason to justify that.
I couldn't be bothered as good of a reason as any.
Well, when I was picking the characters, I unlocked them all except for her, and then I said, okay, I want to go and get some of the, the special versions of the cards first, and then I went to get all the base versions, and then I got all of them. I still don't have Barbara. I should probably go and get her at some point.
Yeah.
But any type of stall just does not interest me at all. I think my favorite is probably Sino.
Sino's fun.
Sino or Noelle. I just like her burst animation with the card. Reminds me of Saber.
I feel like that's kind of what they were going for.
I'd imagine so. I did see someone playing the chicken though.
Yeah.
Chicken, Fischl, and Klee.
Yeah. So a rainbow deck, Klee Rainbow. I've seen that deck be used before. Like even in proper tournaments.
Oh.
See if like anything sticks out. I think it was actually. Let me see. Who is this? Kara. I don't think it was Kara, but I think it might have actually been in the last NA tournament, like straight up.
Is it called Klee Rainbow? Because I was just going to call it KFC.
Okay. If you want to do that. It's double chicken Klee.
Well, because Klee, Fischl, chicken.
Oh, yeah.
So
you have 2 chickens to be fried, so that's good.
Yeah.
I like it.
you need electricity for the oven, which is Klee, and then the chicken, which is the food.
One thing that's interesting, like we're seeing a lot more of the talent cards, like 'cause people are trying to fill out their deck. Like the KFC deck you just mentioned has all 3 talent cards at one.
Oh, does it? I wasn't even looking at that part. Oh wow. I guess that makes sense because you can get one card.
Mm.
No. I'm trying to think who I haven't seen yet. Haven't seen a Barbara, which is fine. Haven't seen a Chongyun.
So, we're having a bit of trouble finding matches right now. Bit of a smaller tournament. Not a lot of people streaming for us today, so we're having to wait a bit. But also in general the bracket format is always a bit more rough when it comes to finding streams because everything's sort of like going on at once. So being able to catch a match from the start is a bit more difficult. SI has taken down G-Bot Oxide, so sadly he is already out at this point.
So what you're saying is, for those who enter a tournament in the future, it's very good to let us watch your game.
Oh yeah, that would be fantastic. Birdie's in round 3. Marielle has also made it. Mahmoud made it through. And Liel.
Should we pull the brackets up so that way everybody can see where the standings are at?
Spectre, can you do that, or? Okay, fair enough.
Perfect.
That's
right.
That's the only thing that could be better, I'll be honest.
And Spectre is the production person helping us out with the stream.
Alrighty.
Let's see. So we are in round 3. Did I hear that right?
Well, people have already advanced to round 3, but I don't think there's like. I guess Mahmoud versus Marielle might be going on right now. But other than that. Oh, do we have it? Ooh. Let's go! Mahmoud versus Marielle round 3.
We got a child name.
Let's see, Marielle. I already saw the deck. I just kind of forgot what it is. It's D-Luke Ganyu Bennett, so like straight up running D-Luke and Ganyu.
Oh,
I love that. Against
more Ganyu.
Omnipotent Guy. That's cute. I haven't played the Heated Battle, I'll be honest.
Ooh, all the cards are shiny. Look at them.
I feel like that's kind of to be expected with these players. Like
I wish.
This is Marielle. Marielle's like, you know, I think Marielle's won a tournament before, or at the very least went top 4. I kind of forget which of the two it is, but either way, like, yeah, Marielle. It doesn't surprise me to like in the slightest that they have a bunch of shiny and animated cards.
I just wish you could get that by playing the first other people instead of NPCs, and then that'd be so much better, because I don't know, personally I don't like playing against the NPCs.
Yeah.
It feels more like a chore than anything else.
No animated D-Look though. Shame.
Oh, you're right.
Official on the other side, not either.
I mean, to be fair, he is Pyro Batman, you don't want to stand out, so makes sense. Yeah, looks like Oz comes down the field.
D-Luke certainly never made a scene or anything.
Not at all. Never. Searing Onslaught for 3 damage. Looks like official. Might be swapping out here.
Ooh, Blizzard Strayer.
Oh, Bolt of Downfall. Okay, they're going to do a basic attack for 2 damage to sell.
Yeah, I think they're just trying to, stay unofficial, absorb a bit of damage, and maybe set up for a burst as well. We're seeing Paimon coming down, and Leo Harbor Wharf. Means Mariel gets to finish turn first. And gets a bunch of advantage for the future.
Yeah. I wonder what the end game plan is for the Ganyu official. I'd imagine to spread damage around. Looks like it might be more of a slower style deck. So is this the Ganyu melt deck that you were talking about? Earlier before the stream?
Ganyus. Actually, I think the melt Ganyu deck I talked about might have actually been the one from last night. Yeah, last night was Zeke Kremlin, Ganyu, Bennett, Noel, yeah.
Looks like it might be a similar style here, except with Pyro Resonance, or maybe 1 Pyro. Ganyu comes out. Skyward, not a card that I've seen being played before.
Yeah, that should deal a decent amount of damage. Yep, that's 4.
That's 8 damage across the board coming down.
Means Ganyu is almost at self-replacement rate already. Actually, I like talking about it like that sometimes. Just like, if you're able to deal like roughly 12, 13 damage, you're at self-replacement. Like considering we are seeing a decent amount of healing in general as well.
Yeah.
Now, to be fair, that is something that is a bit dubious when you take into account that you might have some characters that are not made to deal damage. Like, I doubt Bennett is going to deal 13 damage this game, so Ganyu needs to pick up the slack a bit for that.
I mean, he could come close. It might take a few turns. Ooh,
Yeah.
Wolf's Gravestone. Ooh, but the Luke is getting pretty low. A lot of spread damage coming out right now.
Yeah, I have a feeling that this Diluc is not going to be much of a threat for the rest of the game. He does have a Kill of Avodia and Lucky Dog though, so he can make Raid Boss Bennett in the end game. I think that's what he might be looking at. Might want to use like a Mushroom Pizza on that already.
That's a lot of damage coming out. I mean, who needs Raid Boss Bennett when gone? You can just take out the entire team.
Yeah, like, I'm not entirely sure how he's going to stop a second short shot as well on that side.
Ooh, this isn't... Oh, I thought they were going to cheat. For some reason, I thought Fischl was active, and they were about to go in for that, for the Phantasmagoria.
Yeah, that might have been enough.
But this is actually pretty good. This is a lot of chip damage coming out from both sides.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure what how much stabilizes from here. I mean, he does have Jean. Jean has Aquila, so he can definitely do stuff there. But I feel like at the damage race, Jean just kind of loses to Bennett. I'm not entirely sure, though.
I think you're right in that regard, unless they go for more of that. Yeah, so... yeah.
Well, there goes everyone.
Yeah, so the spread damage that comes out can take out more than one character is what I was going to say, and then we just saw it happen. So now it's Bennett versus the world.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure Mariel wants to finish round early here. Probably use that Mushroom Pizza and put down the Aquila or something. Actually, they can't do both. So maybe like Lucky Dog and the Mushroom Pizza. Or I guess... Oh wait, I haven't lost the idea. I can do that. Yeah, fair enough.
Looks like they'll be able to go first next turn, and they'll have to survive through two characters and that burst from Gauntlet that's on the field.
Yeah, we'll be at 5 health.
Now, Bennett himself can, I believe, do 6 damage right here, and so yes, 6 damage to knock out the Gene.
I feel like you put down the Lucky Dog as well.
You have 8. Bennett will only be able to do 3. No, yeah, 3 damage to the official afterwards. I'd imagine they're debating if they want to use.
He might be able to do. Yeah, he's able to do 4 as well. I feel like you just. And if you use the Lotus Flower, you won't have the dice for it, I guess.
Just wants to play it safe, probably. Doesn't want to risk official Phasmagoria and then being unable to survive in a follow-up attack.
Yeah. So it seems like he might just go for the Bennett Burst after. Just get some healing done that way. And then maybe use the Lucky Dog next turn. Now with the NRE, bit of an engine coming up. That's sometimes like pretty good. I feel like we're a bit late into the game for it to be like really that much of an engine, but maybe the card he drew was worth it.
Oh, send off. That card is officially gone. Hash browns. Okay, so
triggering. So that means there's no food left, right?
There's no food left, but now official can survive this turn. She is setting up to do a lot of damage for next turn. Because there's going to be 1 damage, so was it 3 damage coming in from the summons plus 4 is 7 damage, being able to do that with her Midnight Phasmagoria.
Yeah. And it is going to be able to hit the 7 in the end phase here regardless, and still has 4 dice.
Oh?
He's going to put down the Lucky Dog. Is he going to end turn early? Yeah, that sounds like the plan.
Okay.
Not sure why you put down the Tian. Actually, does this Tian trigger? Because it's like time.
No, it won't trigger.
Like,
probably just to have it.
The question is, does it count down? It does, right?
No. It won't count down. Only if it's used. Ooh.
Okay, fair enough. So yeah, he gets to go early, gets to use Adeptus time. Oh wait, that's enough game, right?
It should be, yes.
Yeah, there we go, 6 damage exact.
Being able to go first really changed this game around. If Official had gone first, then that would have been over for Bennett.
Yeah. So Mariel takes the game and is moving on to the next round, which means I'll be honest, this is so early that somebody's moving on to round 4. I was about to say that they're probably going to have to wait for a while, but Birdie is already sitting in round 3, and Arian and Lots, I'm not sure how long that's going to take. So Mariel might be finding a match pretty soon as well.
We're jumping into another game right now of Liel versus Kikyo.
Okay, another round 3 match. Kiku having taken out Zen and having a bye first round. Okay, that's interesting. So Liel ran through Spartan and Robot Wizard at the time it took Kiku to take down Zen. That's cute. But now that I'm looking at Kiku's deck, I can sort of see why that takes a while.
Yeah, there's a lot of setup that has to happen. Ooh, leave it to me. Noelle is trying to come out with the sweep.
Yeah, you do see Jean with full burst up. Also seeing Wang Shu in. A Cathedral in hand that is free right now. So there's a lot of healing available to Liel right now.
I imagine Noelle will use the breastplate to get some shielding, just in case that she's forced out. It will provide... No, it won't provide some shielding for the Ocean in 1, I think. Actually,
that?
no.
I didn't quite see it. Was that Lucky Dog or was that Gamble?
It was Lucky Dog. Whew. Forcing the ocean it out. It's like... Getting rid of the tubby. Alright, so...
Ocean Burst is up, but there's no summons to support it.
Which means that it's only doing about 2 damage if I calculated that correctly. So Kikyo's probably looking for a quick swap to Noelle to keep that Oceanid alive.
I don't know. Like,
unless they go for the 3 summons, which is always a possibility as well.
yeah, I feel like you might just do that, and then just like, was Leave It to Me already used?
Leave It to Me was used already.
Okay, so that's not that here, but like, I feel like you're not getting that much value out of this Oceanid anymore. So I feel like letting it go down is probably the better play.
Just 1. Oh, so they'll probably want to get 2 attacks in with Noelle. And keep in mind, the ocean can take many shapes.
I'm not entirely sure if I agree with switching into Bennett here. If you use Jean's skill, you get the Pyro onto the well for possible other reaction as well.
Well, I think that the Bennett also gives the elemental burst, so maybe they're trying to go for more of a sustain against the Noelle. Also keeps the crystallized reaction from coming out, so... but not sure if that's really as important. 5 shield coming out.
True through for this type of day.
That's right.
Only two damage of a dent. Rolf's gravestones coming down.
Looks like both players are going to see who can out-sustain the other.
Yeah, I feel like EDL just should play NRE here. I'm not sure. Like, it might be that he doesn't have much food left, so maybe he just doesn't do it that way. That reason.
And the 2 dice that they do have will go to Lieben for an extra support this turn.
Oh wait, I didn't see there was a Lieben. I'm blind.
He's a sneaky.
Yeah, hiding in the corner of Mondstadt.
Hey, he can sit there all he wants if he gives me free stuff.
Yeah, I agree.
I'll play hide and seek with him. Alright. Whew, 6 damage coming in. And that's going to be every turn doing 5 damage.
No normal attacks.
Actually, hold on, no, because it's 4 damage plus 2 damage because of the Wolf's Gravestones for 6.
He literally hovered it. It was.
Did I miss it? I must have. Okay.
Unless I'm just like completely stupid.
Well, I wasn't sure if that calculates the bonus damage if they're below 6 HP from the Wolf's Gravestone or not.
I mean, I guess it's not below 6 HP, so once he gets there, probably the 6 here.
Well, Bennett's below 6 right now.
Almost Gravestone based on your?
No, it's based on your opponent. If your opponent has 6 or less HP, it does 2 more damage. I try and use it in every deck I can. It's a lot of fun. Ooh, breastplate for more shield.
Then, yeah. That is correct, and then it is 3. Isn't that 7 then?
That was the breastplate, which usually does chew damage, so it did bonus chew.
Yeah, but like the normal attack.
That's what I was thinking. It would do 7 damage if they're below 6 HP, if they're 6 or lower. Whew, 6 damage coming in. Do they have a way to survive the next attack?
Kiko doesn't have dice left, so you might be able to stall the turn. I feel like you just go.
We probably want to get set up and end turn first here.
Yeah, when burst is starting next turn, I guess. Makes sense. And also get the little Flower Crest up at the start of next turn.
Yeah. Aquaphonia is going to help out.
Yeah, right in time as well.
Do they have enough dice though to get this set up?
I feel like you just go Flower Crest, Burst, and Favonia, and that should be 7 dice, right? No, 8 dice. Like 5.
It would be 8, but that gives Noelle 3 attacks. Because their burst, their first attack is only 2 dice.
Yeah, I just don't see how else you're going to survive it. Like, that's already the survival optimum, you know?
Yeah. Plus the shield.
Ooh, minty meat rolls. Ooh.
Next attack next attack it's going to be all the damage. Looks like that's going to be a GG from Kikau. 7 damage coming out.
GG's.
Proving that Noelle is a great maid because she knows how to sweep games.
Well said, well said.
I feel like every time I slowly slip into this desk in front of me. But what are your thoughts on that game?
Yeah, it kind of shows what Noelle is capable of in this sort of simplified game state. Like, a lot of people see Noelle as this you need the perfect combo, and I feel like in the regular game, that makes sense. But if the game was this simplified, just being able to dish out consistent damage, being able to get some healing, and work with a bunch of cards just gives you so much that you don't need the specific combo that is usually this.
Yeah, I would agree with that. It also opens up the door to you being able to react more. And I don't know, I feel like despite having the 8 Omni dice, the games aren't always as aggressive as they are normally. Which is a weird thing to say, but I think that one of Noelle's weakness in the traditional game is the fact that a lot of pressure comes out from other teams, and she's not always able to deal with them appropriately. Because she requires that setup, as you said.
Yeah. I love sorry, I just got distracted. A lot of the characters that are a lot more cumbersome are a lot more consistent in this one. So
yeah, I'm okay with that. And we're jumping into the middle of a game with Morganyu.
Wingding versus SI.
Robot Wizard.
Yeah. We haven't taken out Sen. Mahmoud waiting on the winner of this. Birdie has fallen to slots, so Mariel versus slots is going on as well right now. On the other side, it's Rissa versus versus Kiku in the winner's side. So we are getting near the end of the winner's side bracket. Mm-hmm. The loser's bracket is still in full swing, as we are in it right now. Aside bringing this Ganyu official Diona deck that already did really well yesterday.
Yeah, this deck seems to be quite strong at sustaining and doing chip damage throughout the game.
Yeah.
Versus
One thing
GITCG and Official.
One thing that's sort of interesting to me is just the, I gotta say this, like, people have practiced for this, you know? Like, last week we already saw, like, people experimenting with the mode, like, live on stream, like, already play testing it, like, in front of our eyes. And, yeah, they're just, you know, actually sort of producing a meta for this tournament, which is interesting because like it's a for fun tournament, but people like some people just can't help themselves.
Yeah, some, and I imagine those are the ones who have put the most time into creating a deck and figuring out what works and what doesn't work. And for some, that's what they enjoyed doing. Others will bring the trolliest deck they can.
Yeah. Official Burst is up now. GITCG just tore through the team, but Diona's still on 7 HP. It's going to be difficult for Wingding to finish this out before SI, you know, finds the finishing blow.
Yeah, Wingding's going out to see if Wingding can bring this game into their favor and what's going to happen. We got...
Like, even just... Like, Wingding needs to do 4 damage here right now, right? And, otherwise the burst is just going to be able to finish?
Yeah, pretty much, if we're just, you know... GITCG would... Even the pizza isn't going to be enough to survive the Phasmagoria. I don't know what equipment... Oh!
Okay, so GITCG is definitely going to survive this now. Has Aquila, so... There might still be,
4 damage.
There we go, never mind. Okay, Diona has to sweep now.
Cats don't sweep.
I don't know. Like, have you seen them hang on to, how's it called? To mops and stuff?
Just hanging out in the mop, and Cat's just holding on.
Yeah.
I mean, the cryo superconduct could spread enough out there that the official falls, so that is always an option. And Diana does have some healing capabilities, or some healing and shielding capabilities to survive.
Yeah. I feel like that's what the mushroom pizza is for. Being able to, you know, heal for 1 at the end of the turn before. I hope mushroom pizza triggers before loss.
I thought she was just hungry. Now, how can GITCG Official do 7 damage with no elemental reaction? Oh?
Not really. The Culks are just, you know, just setting up for a burst next turn.
If they survive, looks like they're going to send Official in to be the sacrificial pawn for this match.
Yeah, that makes sense. Just might even put down...
The sacrificial pawn. Alright, we'll have to see if GITCG if they have a Lulevich May to get that last energy.
Starshine also up on the side of SI, Robot Wizard. So Diona Burst can come out like first thing next turn.
The Electro application will come out, which means that Diana is going to be doing bonus damage with that reaction. Ooh, and a Cryo Resonance.
Yeah, that should pretty much seal the deal. I don't really see how Wingding is going to do 7 damage right now. Especially with the shield still available as well. And also I don't see Wingding healing enough or like efforts big enough.
Oh,
That's
they're
only
going all
6
in.
damage, right?
It does piercing damage.
Does it do
Is
7? I
it?
don't think it does 7.
It does.
It
It does
does
piercing
7
damage.
indeed. Never mind.
The piercing damage.
Well, Keqing, once again, showing why people use her in everything. Well, not that much anymore, honestly, but showing why people used to and why people should probably do it more.
Yeah, and it was a cat v cat in that last match, and she really came out ahead with that piercing damage coming through. So proving that she does have the ability to burst pretty strong damage. And I think more so, it goes back to how the food you play is so important. Because you have to set your food up in a very specific way to be able to not only survive, but actually be able to burst people down.
Yeah. What also seems like really important is sort of the turn advantage in this. Essentially because you don't get that much value out of how can I say this? Like the end of the turn is not as important anymore, so the start of the turn becomes more important. So just play like whatever random cards you have in hand and then end early. This is going to mean we're going to see Wingding versus Mammoth, and that also means Robot Wizard is out, which very uncharacteristic for him to only win one game in a tournament.
Well, he did put on quite the show in that last match from what we could see.
Yeah.
So we are grateful for that. So,
yeah,
we're moving
I'm
on
not
to
doubting
what...
he'll be back on top as soon as we return to our normal format. But that's another thing. Like, obviously, this format will, get us a bunch of upsets.
Yeah, because when you are so used to playing a format one way and they have to switch to a different way, some people have more of a difficult time making that transaction, and other people are better at the fun, silly style gameplay than anything else. Ah, here we go. The brackets are here.
Yeah.
Let me zoom in close.
You actually refresh that bracket because Kiko is definitely already up against Rissa right now on mine. But
looks like
yeah.
So we're moving into the semi.
Yeah, exactly. Actually, the semis are probably already like close to done on the winner's side.
So then we're moving into the finals?
Up on winner's side, losers are only in, well, just starting round 3 with Wingding versus Mammut. Starting relatively soon.
Is this the first tournament that we've had a winner's bracket and a loser's bracket?
I feel like this happened before, but I can't remember when. There we go.
All right.
So yeah, we got Kiko versus Rissa in top side of winners, and Mariel versus Slots in the bottom side of winners. They're going to determine who's going to make it to the winners finals, and then obviously to the grand finals eventually as well.
What's the grand finals?
Essentially, so when you make it to winners finals, one person wins. So that person goes into the grand final. Grand finals then means that the winner of the losers bracket joins them later. And if the winner of the losers final then wins that game, they go to another game, because essentially every person has 2 lives in the tournament. So the person who wins the winners finals hasn't spent their life yet, so the loser has to take them down twice, essentially. Like the one from the losers finals has to take them down twice to win the tournament.
Gotcha. So it's basically the goal is to just go undefeated no matter what. Yeah. And you're not really out until you lose twice.
Exactly.
Well, yeah. Good to know.
So if we go down to the loser side, or do we have that? Not sure. do a refresh again on my side to make sure. So Spartan versus Leoric is still going on. The winner is going up against Cheesy. Kocho versus Potato Farm. Winner goes up against Liel.
That is a wonderful. I love that game.
Might be Irish.
Potato Farm.
We got Korean characters. I always forget. Like, let me check. Actually, there's a Discord tag attached to this. Dango Milk. There we
Dango Milk.
Thank you for bringing that up. So yeah, Dango Milk versus Kara. Winner goes up against Birdie. And then obviously Mahmoud versus Wingding already. I'm not sure if I'll even swing, but you know, set up at the very least.
Yeah, so we'll have to see. Well, what games are currently playing right now? Are we still waiting on the game to finish?
Yeah, I presume we're, there's not much to stream right now then, I guess. I know the winner's side's been like going for a while. They were already, I think, set up when Wingding versus Robot Wizard came up for us. So they're probably pretty deep in.
Okay, so they'll probably playing theirs.
We're probably waiting for either the winners finals or one of the round 4 matches and losers to start.
That makes sense. So, do we know all of the decks that are going to be played in the semifinals? Like, I know we know the matchup.
Semifinal decks, yeah. So we got. Let me go through this. Mariel with Diluc Ganyu, Bennett. We got we saw Kiko with Noel Labotril Rodea. Slots with actually was it Slots? Let me just quickly check that. Yeah. Slots coming in with Ganyu Dione Official, so the SI deck pretty much. So somebody took it far down the range. And the last person was Rissa, right, with Singcho Ganyu Mona, so a standard Ganyu freeze.
Okay. That sounds like it's going to be a pretty good matchup there. Despite seeing a bunch of Ganyu, it's always entertaining. I wonder if there's going to be... I mean, I know this format is not really the official format, but we've seen a lot of Ganyu in the other format, so I wonder if there's going to be anything done towards her, or if they'll kind of just keep her as it is.
Ganyu, I think, is sort of the most powerful character right now. The question is, what philosophy are they going to use going forward? I think Ganyu's like by far not at the power level that like Yoimiya and Kenki were last patch. So the question is, are they going to rely more on buffing other characters, or are they going to, just keep nerfing things down? Which,
to be honest, I'm surprised they even did nerf some cards. I mean, I know it's separate from the main game of Genshin Impact, but they don't usually go about and nerf characters that have already come out.
Yeah, to be fair, like that's like, first of all, Genshin normally is not a PvP game, and the other thing is Genshin is a gacha game. I don't think you can just like sell people characters for $200 and then be like, yeah, we're nerfing them, by the way.
Maybe not nerfing the character, but buffing some other characters. There's a few that I think, or that I would like to see some buffs too.
I agree. At the same time, you don't really want, I guess Toyo doesn't really want to put the expectation out there that they're going to like do micro buffs,
Yeah, which makes sense.
At that point, like, it's like, oh, my character's not quite as good as this other character. I want buffs, sort of it becomes this weird arms race and everything turns a bit toxic.
Yeah, and I guess technically speaking, any character can work in the game too. You can build a character and make it work somehow. So, looks like Mario and Slots just finished, and we're waiting on one more match to go, and then we'll be jumping into the semifinal match. And then, so what do we have in store while we wait for this match set? What do we have in store for next week?
Yeah, next week the weeklies are just going to resume as normal, with major qualification being on the line. I can finally talk about the major again. I'm happy because for a bit there was a bit of confusion as to like what the qualification criteria are going to be. They stay pretty much the same, other than depending on how many people qualify, there's going to be a limited amount of slots. So at some point, there's going to be tiebreakers applied. Like when did you finish? When did you get your results? But yeah, essentially, what you need to do to qualify for the major, in most cases, is going to go. It's going to be going either 5-0 and 3-2, or 4-1 and 4-1, or obviously better. Like if you go 5-0 and 4-1, you also qualify. Essentially, it's the best two tournaments out of this patch are going to be added together, and if you have 8 or more wins, you are most likely qualified for the major, unless too many people qualify and there's a bit of a we need to figure out, I guess, who to not at that point put in.
Yeah, and that is going to be the big tournament to keep an eye out for and definitely aim to be a part of if you're still competing. I'm excited to see where that goes because that's going to be like the culmination of everything that we have going on, all the decks that we've seen so far.
Mm-hmm. I'll be honest, I don't have it in front of me right now who is already qualified after week 1 and week 2. But there is a couple. I know Elrado Man in EU is qualified. I've definitely kept track of that. But other than that, I'm not entirely sure who is.
Well, we still got plenty of time to see people who are going to be qualified and just see how that's going to turn out. I mean, we are in week 3. We have 2 weeks left, and then we have the majors after that.
Mm-hmm.
And we'll probably know more information next week or after next week.
It's going to be on the weekend from the 24th to the 26th. With Europe being the last one.
I wonder. It will, because I wonder how the decks are going to go. You could see, for example, who's going first? Asia's going first for the major. They might have a meta that they follow, and then it would change into a different meta. Like some people might change their decks up depending on what they often see.
Yeah, there's a lot of things to consider with this. One, obviously, I actually don't know when deck lists are locked, but I presume it would be the same as usually. So you can change them right up until the tournament. So that will mean that, first of all, the other tournaments will influence how people build their decks. So if in Asia a deck comes out that sort of shakes up the meta, we might see somebody just on a dime changing their deck for the EU tournament on Sunday, practice a bunch on this new deck. And the other thing is, are we going to see sort of... That's always the question. Do you bring, the meta? Or do you bring something that tries to beat the meta? And often, at these invitational tournaments at the end of a format, it's a lot more the decks that beat the meta that win those tournaments. But if we see too many of those, they might not be consistent enough.
From having been in regional tournaments for other card games like Pokemon, what I can say is that when you go to counter the meta, the risk involved is that you run into something that is not a meta yourself. Because then, you run into a mirror matchup of non-meta versus non-meta, because then that throws you off. So it's kind of numbers game of what do you expect? What do you think is going to be coming up? If you think there's going to be more of this deck, then you have to weigh out your odds. And also, you kind of go with what you're comfortable with. Changing your deck the last second is not always optimal because if you don't know how to play it correctly, then you could screw yourself over that way.
Yeah, like it definitely should be something you have like at least some amount of experience with. Like, you know, if you've already played one or two characters extensively out of a 3-card lineup, then you might be able to pick it up relatively quickly. But if not, you know, like I'm still not entirely sure, you know, how difficult the game is, right? How much playtesting you actually have to do to know like most of the interactions in a deck. Especially when you know have, you know, character experience already, how much that is transferable.
I think certain decks are more complex than others. For example, Animo, like double Animo, I have that deck does not work for me. I have no desire to learn how to make it work, and I'm more of the Unga Bubunga do big damage versus the okay, we'll switch them this way, then switch them this way, sort of thing.
Yeah, like I feel like with Animo, like you don't really have to know your own deck. Like that's the thing. Like with stuff like big damage Unga Bunga decks, you really mostly only need to do your own deck, and then like maybe a couple threats from the other deck you have to look out for. But with Animo, you just have to know exactly how your opponent plays, what they want to do, and how to stop them from doing it, and how to just be as annoying as possible.
Yeah, it's like the difference between playing, you know, solitaire by yourself. Okay, I have the Xingjiao, the Ganyu, the Mona, and I do these, then I do this, versus the double Animo of everything else. Like, okay, the poker, like, what do they have? What are they gonna play? What are they gonna do?
Yeah.
And I have no idea how to play poker, so I wasn't sure if we were going to jump into a game there or not for a second.
Yeah. Seems like Kiko slots is going to be our winners finals. I'm not sure if we have either of them on stream though. Meanwhile, in losers, I just sadly had to hear that Kojo is out. Went out to Potato Farm, and there we go. Liel versus Potato Farm coming up right now.
All right.
Let's see. I didn't quite see the lineups.
Ganyu.
We do have Liel coming in with I think it was Ganyu Deal, right?
It's just Ganyu.
Ganyu Bennett, there we go. With Jean as well. Meanwhile, we have sort of a Ganyu supercharge on Potato Farm side.
Setting up the... What is that thing called? The water summon, the water minion, what is that called?
I usually call it the Mirage, I think.
Mirage?
But I'm not sure.
It looks like a squid or a jellyfish.
It's just Mona. It could be fun.
Is it just Mona? Oh, it is Chibi Mona. Oh, never mind. I never looked at it.
Yeah, it's supposed to be like that. It's a taunt, you know, so it's supposed to look like Mona.
Oh, it's officially called the Mirror of Doom.
Yeah.
Allegedly.
Mirror reflection, yeah.
Alright, looks like turn's ending, and now it's up to Liel to apply some pressure back. First turn's always interesting because it's just setting up elemental types on the opponent's characters, and then more so reacting them next turn when they can.
Potato Farm is going to go first this turn. That's what Hydro already applied, so I presume that Liel's Ganyu is just going to get frozen.
Yep. going to be a frozen Adepti, forcing the switch out. Now, oh, never mind. I was thinking that Ganyu would be able to attack for 5 again, but there is no Xingqiu in this deck. So Ganyu will most likely go for her Elemental Burst.
Yeah. Either that or Potato Farm has like a Paimon or, you know, whatever.
Just throw something, you know.
Shrimpton, whatnot. Oh, just go straight into Mona. So it just wants to absorb some of this damage. There goes the illusion. And
Looks like
right back.
Applying more Hydro to set up for more freeze. Now, Lyell could drop you.
Yeah, Liel opting for the early turn end here. It's going to probably burst at the start of next turn.
However, that does mean that Bennett will be frozen. Oh, but they do get the quick swap.
Yeah, Bennett will be frozen after the burst, but I don't think that's that much of a deal. Especially because you then can switch back to Ganyu with a Bennett burst active.
Yeah, not to mention there will be a Pyro reaction if Potato Farm stays on the Mona.
Yeah.
See, this is always the worst case to be. Oh, they are going for the Elemental Burst here.
Yeah, probably for the better. Like, you just want to freeze. Like, you don't really want to do the damage to Bennett. You want to do the damage to Ganyu. So, keeping the five dice keeps that possibility open. So you're going to switch to Jean. Not the worst idea. Might be able to swirl over the Cryo as well. At that point, Mona takes 3 damage. Which is official, probably for the better.
Yeah, looks like they're debating. Yep, 3 damage. Oh, sorry, not. Forcing the switch out to the Mona.
Yeah. When I would go. When I would go down to an elemental skill, right?
Depends.
The elemental skill is 3 plus 1 swell.
Yeah.
Wait, no, swell only applies the damage to the others. Never mind. Oh no, I'm right. Never mind.
It does do the initial damage. It's still a pretty close game. Ooh, Cathedral.
When in doubt, I would probably favor the team with more healing.
Well, it's healing versus freezing.
Yeah, but you know, too much of it, considering.
Ooh, 5 damage.
Dang.
There's a hurricane coming through.
I have a feeling there's no reason not to do it right now. He's actually going to apply the Gamblers as well. Has the child card as well, so it can swap the Gamblers over if he wants to.
I have yet to see that card played.
Oh wait, never mind.
First,
child card is weapons.
The weapon. Yeah.
The Yaimiko card is artifact, right?
Yeah, child's weapon, Yaimiko is an artifact, and then Amber is adding on to the summon.
Yeah.
I just included Amber because I felt like she got left out. Potato Farm is eating to restore 1 HP to the official. It is Ganyu, so Ganyu can come in for a freeze right now. Okay, -3 damage for next attack, and Frostflake Arrow for the end for the attack this turn. That's a lot of damage, though. Yeah, Potato is behind, but not by that much.
Does not have any dice left. No resonance dice either. So we are going to see Bennett being able to potentially heal up, potentially deal some bit of damage as well.
Ganyu should be able to survive this turn. But Potato Farm is going to take a lot of damage on her. Oh, I was mistaken.
Hey.
The bonus damage really coming in handy.
And yeah, I'll be honest, Fischl, I don't see Fischl pulling this out.
You need a double star signs, burst. Shh, shh, shh. Double star signs. Oh, one burst. Alright, that is some healing there, but I don't know if it's going to be enough. Then they can just tank all this damage. Yeah, that's just an insane amount of healing every turn.
Yeah. We're going to see, talent card making Ozshoot. It's decent damage, but it's just not quite enough. And yeah, that's it.
That
GG's
bird is
to
down.
Moving on to the next round. Yeah. So.
Who needs anything? Just send Bennett in, use the burst, and have him swing. That's all you need. That's all you need.
Winners and losers brackets are sometimes weird when you just let them happen. Because right now, Cheesy versus Leoric is still happening in round 4. Meanwhile, Marielle and Rissa are waiting in round 6 right now of losers. And as soon as Kiko versus lots of stun, that's going to be in round 8. The loser's going to wait in round 8, and the winner is going to wait in the grand finals for another 5 rounds.
Wow. Well, it still means we have quite a bit of games left here that we can share with everybody that's watching.
Mm-hmm.
So that will be exciting for sure. After that game, man, Bennett really put in some work there, that's for sure. And we got the brackets up right now.
Yeah. Seeing Marielle and Rissa waiting quite a bit ahead of the rest of everyone.
They're just hanging out there, that's all.
Mm-hmm.
So with that, those are the brackets. It looks like that we will be taking a short break here in a moment, and then we'll be coming back to stream in a bit.
Yeah. Have a good one. We'll see you in a bit.
All right, we are back and we are jumping right into a game.
Yeah.
Leoric. Sorry, Leoric versus Liel.
Yeah, coming in, somewhat, in a later stage of this game. We have Diona on 2 energy, is going to start healing up a bit with the Bennett burst up as well. Bennett got that up just before they're getting taken out, as it seems.
And it looks like it is Leoric's time to respond. Icy Paws comes down for 2 damage and granting a shield while also healing.
Yeah. That means they're... that's the Bennett burst, correct. Who's is able to do 5 damage through the shield. Yeah, Leoric definitely needs to do something here to stay alive.
Yeah,
He'll still have his food slot open, so we might see... Oh, just switches to Pyro Agent instead. Fair enough. That should be taken out, though.
Looks like they're sacrificing the Pyro Agent, trying to stabilize their board right now with Diona, looking to get off that elemental burst, I'd assume.
The thing is, if Leoric actually triggers the parametric transformer here, which he would with the burst, the L actually gets to attack again.
Yeah, there is 6.
I feel like that might be over.
I mean, Bennett's doing 5 damage a swing right now. I don't know how much stabilization Diona can do with her shielding and healing.
Diona has to opt for the normal attack here, which forces Liel to end the round, and now Leoric, has free reign to do whatever. He's going to burst here. He's going to trigger the transformer as well, which then does not get any value. So, yeah, the normal attack really doing, a decent bit of work. Bennett bursts are both going to time out next round. And
you hate to say it,
Diona is scary.
Yeah, but Bennett will be able to start the round with their elemental burst. However, they are on the back foot right now.
Now the question is if Leoric elemental bursts here. First of all, if Liel does, can Leoric take out the Bennett? Which I think it's dubious.
Well, I wonder if Diana can get through the Bennett who has the burst, what I assume has... I don't know what artifact is on. Yeah, Aquila.
And that's the burst artifact.
Okay. And they also have an artifact in hand to heal for 2 damage.
Yeah, sort of a bit of a clash of the titans here. Just raid boss Bennett versus raid boss Diona.
Cat versus child. 5 damage coming in, plus healing 2. That is a lot of value right there for 3.
I feel like both cat and child are on one side of the field here.
You're right. It's Bennett.
Yeah.
Alright, so this round will be ending with a Lee Su. Diana will be going first, trying to stabilize and do some damage to this Bennett that heals up so much every time he attacks. Ooh, and a Cathedral coming into hand for Liel.
Yeah. I think the question is really going to be who's running out of healing first, honestly.
All this game is missing right now is a Barbara.
Is it?
And then it'd be perfect. Well, yeah, we would just be
missing a Barbara.
Well, we're just trying to see, how long the game can go.
Now, that's a lot of healing.
Lucky Dog, Grin, yeah, that's a lot of healing.
Yeah. Already has this burst up as well for next turn. feel like Leoric's run out of steam first here, I'll be honest.
Yeah, it seems that way. Unless they have some other way to heal, say, more food, they just keep shoving in their mouth every turn. Oh, Ellen comes down.
That could actually do something next turn. The problem is Leoric's not going to be able to burst this turn. So it's not going to be healing during the end phase.
And I believe Bennett is still doing 5 damage right now.
Yeah. Would it even be 6? 3 plus 2 from the burst plus 1 from the Akila?
It's been doing 5.
Basic attacks, I think.
What's that basic? Oh. Shield comes up.
Unless I'm just...
5 damage. Yeah.
Yeah, with the 1 shield. That's the game. GG's! Filial, moving on. Also, I'll be honest, kind of keeping us in the tournament, because not many players streaming with us.
Yeah. Don't knock out the streamers. We need them.
Yeah.
So,
once again, thanks to everybody who is streaming, obviously. I know not everybody has like the capability. You know, as far as I've heard, like some people are playing from PS5, and like it's not always possible. I understand, but we're grateful for everyone who is.
yes, and I know it takes a lot of courage to put your game out for others to see. Especially when you don't feel confident in yourself or your own ability to play, and it can be quite daunting at first.
It's also, I feel like it shouldn't be that much of a factor, but I think some people just think like, oh, would this put me at a competitive disadvantage when other people can see me play? It's like, wait, other people are playing their own games.
Well, I've also seen some people who feel that the pressure of, oh, well, what if I make 2 misplays and then they're laughing at me on stream, or that there's people watching me and, we're not making fun or laughing at anyone. And I understand that pressure can be, a lot for those, but it can definitely be a rewarding experience if you want to give it a try.
Like, I'll be honest, everyone makes mistakes, everybody knows the mistakes. I know there is going to be people who take the piss out of you on the voice chats, but like, I hope we can all take it in good.
Absolutely, and that's the best part is when you play and you misplay and you're just looking, you're like, damn, they saw that, and then it's just a fun conversation.
I just switched to my character thinking I could get another energy, but I already used the Lisu once this turn. And now I look like an idiot.
I've done so many times where I'm like, okay, I got 3 elemental dice left. I need to attack with this character, and I switch into them. And wait, switching costs 1 elemental dice.
Yeah, exactly.
And then I'm sitting there.
Every mistake you can make, we've all made before, I feel like.
Yeah. Sometimes I do wish, and I know that there's a good reason they're not, but there was emotes in this game, so that way I could have my opponent emote at my misplay, and I'm like, yeah, okay. They're definitely laughing at me for that. Yeah. Well met. Well met.
I'd like the, the Hybernetic Calculate one from Runeterra?
Oh my god, that's my favorite one.
Yeah, let's have that with Albedo. Just like,
Or the Nocturne blowing away for the Yu-Gi-Oh!
Yeah.
I missed those emotes. Alright, we're jumping into a Deluge Mirror. Not something I expected to see.
And after yesterday, I definitely did expect it, but before yesterday, probably, I didn't think about Deluge enough, but honestly, it makes a lot of sense that he's good.
He brings his own Deluxe to the game to increase his damage every turn, and now he doesn't have to worry about it because he has 8 free Pyro Dice. And we get both perspectives here.
That's great. Also means that one of them is going to be knocked out, but hey, we're getting close to the end of the tournament either way. And that means one person is at least going to be in losers finals.
Where are the odds?
Losers semis, losers semi.
What are the odds of this game? We just see Ganyu, just Ganyu versus Ganyu back to back, just each turn Frost Flake Arrow, Frost Flake Arrow, Frost Flake Arrow.
I feel like as long as they let each other,
they both have
the
constellation card in hand.
Yeah, both of them. I'm sorry, I did not get enough sleep today.
No, I'm just trying to figure out what the play here is going to be. They both have Bennett shows, so it's really just that third character coming into play and seeing what they can do with it.
Well, I feel like if they both just keep charge shotting, that means that Marielle just kind of loses because Liel gets to attack first.
This is high quality peak Genshin TCG gameplay. We got charge shot with a charge shot.
Yeah.
And then a burst.
Marielle actually, I forgot to have the Paimon, so might be able to take the advantage here with another charge shot. At that point, we're getting into close territory. It is the correct play. I think
it is the correct play
here.
And I think what's really important here is going to be how they play around the charge shots. Ooh, that's going to be a lot of damage coming out. Debating between the burst and the charge shots.
Both of them would set him up for lethal with his next shot, right?
Except you gotta watch out for the lethal from charge shot of Liel next turn.
Oh, interesting. Just ends turn, yeah. Ends turn early. We'll have the Paimon as well, and the Lieben dice.
Yep, that one damage
seems
coming
like,
through.
Liel wants to swallow out with Jean.
We got some food coming in.
NRE on the other side as well. Bunch of dice, bunch of cards. Free switch as well, but sadly no fast switch. So if he gets, actually wait, if Ganyu gets taken out, that is going to kill regardless. You're gonna see the charge shot.
Have there always been dandelions floating around the field? Or am I just seeing things? I don't know if you saw it, but there. See?
Yeah. Is it just a Jinsen game? I'm not sure.
Maybe. I don't. Sorry, the things that I get distracted by. We got a mushroom pizza coming out onto the Ganyu here for additional healing and survivability.
Not want to get taken down.
Shoving food into all of his characters. Ooh, 5 damage Frostwing Arrow. That is a lot of damage coming out by Ganyu. She did so much there.
It is because of the how's it called? Sour Harp. Is able to do that much. Now the question is, how does Liel either take out the Ganyu, which I don't see any way to do right now, because there's nothing that would increase damage here on Liel's side.
Bennett?
Yeah, it has to be Bennett.
Yeah.
But then I feel like it has Gambers as well, yeah.
You'd have to also heal the Bennett with the mushroom pizza to keep him alive. Debating on the blue. I forget that card's called.
NRE. Nourishment restoration equipment. I don't know. I have no idea. Something looks nourishment. Like I don't know exactly.
The blue sack that looks like a bird.
That means Bennett might actually survive the next attack, regardless of who's coming. It's coming from.
A lot of damage coming in. Plus, Bennett still has the sorry, Lee also has the Leave It to Me up that they can use on Bennett.
Yeah. Mariel just lost his gamblers as well. Has Timmy in hand, which, goddamn, if you draw Timmy late and can't even use it for tuning.
Okay, but you just, for being honest, you just don't like Timmy.
I mean, I don't, but
As soon as you see him, the rage comes out. 0 damage.
like if I see him turn 1, I'm fine. Other than that, like, are you here?
Where were you?
To be fair, like in this format, I can absolutely see it.
Oh yeah. It's just one of those kind of feels bad. Five seconds left to make a decision.
Press the button.
0 damage coming out. The shield is broken.
What else was he gonna do? I'll be honest.
Burst coming down, 2 damage, healing. Not to mention applying Pyro for a cryo reaction from the summon. Because that might be knockout.
Like, I don't think Mariel can take out Bennett here. So it might actually... The question is, would you want to switch, honestly? No. And
nah.
Leo puts down Wang Shu in as well. Mushroom Pizza. Yeah, in terms of healing, he's sort of running away from Mariel right now.
Boom! 3 damage. Lucas and the 2 damage. The Luke versus the world here.
And wait, doesn't... Okay, who's starting the turn?
Mariel. No.
Okay, then he...
Yes. Mariel is.
Yeah, okay, so...
Mariel,
he
yeah.
at least has one more chance to redeem. He's going up to 4 health, and there's a Bennett burst up. And I think Ganymede will be able to do enough to do 4 damage here. Oh wait, never mind. The Bennett is not taken out. I thought Bennett would be taken out, never mind.
No, one
Fast
short,
swap,
gone you though.
And then charge shot for the win. Plus like arrow. And Liel moves on.
Yeah, the early game of that really set up for the end with all those Frostflake arrows to see who could charge shot the most.
Yeah,
I mean, it's true.
Open visor.
Just people just sitting there looking at each other, just firing their arrow back at each other.
Yeah.
But that's the difficult part, is playing around the mirror matchup or a mirror strategy in any card game. It also comes down to that this format's a little bit harder to play around that, because you never know what your opponent's going to have in their hand.
Yeah.
The fact that both had the Constellation card really speaks a lot.
That was somewhat lucky, I guess.
Yeah, somewhat, a little bit. I mean, there's only one out of the whole deck, so.
Yeah, 1 out of 30 times whatever. Probably like 10% for the starting end.
We got the brackets up right now.
Mariel. Wingding took out Birdie, so he's going up against Rissa, presumably right now. Meanwhile, Slots has lost in the winners final, so that means Kiko is waiting in the grands, and Slots in the losers final.
Yeah, it looks like we'll be moving on. What game, or sorry, what round is coming up next? Do you know?
Well, it should be losers semifinals. It's so weird because, like, when you think semifinals, you think of 2 matches, but no. Like, if you have a losers bracket, losers semifinals is 1 match, losers finals is another match, and then grand finals is another match. You know?
Yeah, and then so it just kind of keeps going, but it gives everybody a chance to really come out and play a good game and see how well they can perform. I think my headset accidentally went quiet for a second there. But what I was going to bring up is that how well these players adapt to the cards that are out here really speaks a lot. Because we do see a lot of Ganyu, but it's something that you have to be prepared for. Especially as you move closer to the final match.
Let's actually see what is still in now.
We have...
So we have Liel. So Slots is playing Ganyu Dion Official, and is waiting in losers finals. Liel, Ganyu Jean Bennett, as we just saw, having just moved on to winners semifinals. We got Rissa, Singchu Ganyu Mona, going up against who right now? Wait, give me a moment. Against Wingding right now. Wingding was Kaching's Two Crows official. So bit of a rogue pick. Still relatively deep relatively deep in the tournament.
Is that the only one that we've seen so far?
What do you mean?
For the official?
I don't really
or did I misheard? Sorry, never mind. I think I misheard. The rogue pick with the official.
It's the only time we've seen that deck, yeah.
Yeah. Other than that, looks like...
And obviously Kiko in Grands, waiting with Noel, Lavatrol, Rodea, which... I looked at that and was like, huh. So you're playing Monster Mash with only one Abyssal summons. But
yes,
it's working.
I mean, just summon a bunch of things out, you know? I think the thing is that when these decks are fairly inconsistent, it lets you get away with more risky plays. So you can have those other aspects come into play there.
Yeah. Also, I mean, we saw Noel's power as a sweeper, so let's not underestimate that as well. So Lavatrol, I don't know, Lavatrol is somewhat of a, relatively self-reliant unit. Just, bashing people's faces in.
And he can do a lot of damage in one turn, too.
Yep.
I'm trying to think. 3 damage. I mean, to some extent, he's kind of like the Pyro agent. Can come in and really just get close to taking a one-hit KO or a one-turn KO.
Yeah. A bit less consistent at it, but at the same time has some other stuff going for him.
Just feels bad when his shield's out and he doesn't do any damage after that. Unless you play his artifact or his talent card, but I haven't seen anybody do that.
I actually check because let's be real, we have enough slots for cards.
True.
Yep, nope, haven't done. Isn't done. Only Streaming Surge as a talent card in there. In Kiko's deck.
Let's see. Just spying on what everyone's playing. Yeah. Mine's not coming up. That's okay. But I think so far, I'll root for any team that doesn't have a Ganyu in it. Which is, there aren't any teams that don't have a Ganyu in it, so. But it really just goes to show you how strong she is in this particular format, which, if we're being honest, is just kind of a for fun format. It's not the official format whatsoever. So, of course, there's going to be cards that people take full advantage of.
Yeah. We're currently still waiting on the, on Rissa versus Wingding to end.
And then after that, we'll be right back into a game. And that's as we move closer to the end of this odd assortment.
I'm not entirely sure if this is like coming up at all, but if not, I'd say we take a break right now.
Yeah, I'm open for that. We have, let's see.
Like, if the game is still going, say we. Okay, fair enough. Then yeah, we're about ready then.
We're almost ready to jump in.
As long as Liel stays in, we can keep watching.
We'll keep bringing you guys the best games we can.
Yeah, I'm not sure who won between Rissa and Wingding, but yeah, it's going to be after that 1, 2, 3, and potentially a 4th game left. So this might be done for us within 1 game or in 4. We'll we'll have to see.
It's all up to a coin toss at this point. But we will stay here as long as we can.
Yeah. Liel, don't disappoint us.
That, or we'll just stay here on stream and just talk about like the most random things for until the whole thing's over. But in the meantime, oh, here we go. Rissa
made it through. Liel versus Rissa in this matchup.
It's always interesting to see who people have as their character.
I already forgot what Rissa plays, I'll be honest.
Shooting out the emotes.
Yeah. Shooting out the balls from Yao Yao. Yao Yao's fun. Like, I don't know. I feel like it's sort of in terms of like character design and stuff. Yao Yao's the most fun character since Klee.
I'm on the same page with you there. All the chaotic characters are just hilarious to play. Just run around.
Explosions everywhere.
I need to get Klee when she comes back. I don't have her. Okay. And we're jumping right in. Oh, the cat paw card sleeves.
You're going to see Ganyu Freeze versus Ganyu Jean Bennett. So Ganyu Mondstadt, I guess.
Have we seen this before today?
This exact matchup? I don't think.
Yeah.
Actually, have we?
Feel like we have, but I also don't know.
Liel went out to Kiko. Into losers. And then Kiko took out Rissa. They were one round off of beating in winners. But they did not quite.
Star signs. Wow. Supercharging the Xingjiao.
That's a quick setup. That's going to pay pretty well.
So this is more, we got more aggressive Ganyu versus more sustained Ganyu. Who wins, the Rock or the... I lost my train of thought.
The unstoppable force of the removal.
Yes, I don't know why I was thinking about Rock. I was thinking about Rock. Oh my god.
The unstoppable Rock versus the unmovable
Wind. It's the Rock versus the Wind, I guess. I don't know.
Well,
wow.
We're seeing the merits of just going for charge shots instead of setting up Xingqiu right now. As everyone's already on half health on Rissa's side. But now
Maybe
we
I
are
was
going to see the
mistaken.
fast switch into Ganyu, and the first free is probably coming out right now.
So much damage coming out.
This is where the turn around.
This is where it gets serious. If
Leo
they're
just,
priming down.
Can't do much with Ganyu being frozen. Ends first, so should be able to chew first next turn. So going back into Mona, just being flexible with that.
Muna should survive this attack, which leaves them room to freeze them right back with Ganyu and apply that pressure. However, Aquafavonia is in hand to start healing, but that's neither here nor there. We can just attack again with Charge Shot. 1 HP left on the Mona and the Xingqiao.
Should see the freeze once again on the side of Rissa.
Yeah, you can't let that Ganyu get her burst off, otherwise that's 2 characters that will be knocked out.
There's the talent card as well. That should do a lot.
Frostflake Arrow is coming down.
Yep, Ganyu goes down. The question is, like, I feel like if Liel just goes for Aquila Favonia, ends on maybe even Bennett, then ends early, he's looking like he's in a really good position for next turn.
Definitely.
Oh wait, this is triggering the parametric.
So they'll get another attack off.
My.
Ooh.
And that's the Paradise too.
That's a lot.
Oh no, Rista's in trouble.
Oh my. This
Ganyu's
is
going
not
down.
looking good.
Well, okay, switches to mana. Fair enough.
They could play Leave It To Me here and go for a Bennett burst.
Yeah, I think they are.
That will give them
They have to
healing
change their
and
cards,
sustain.
but- I mean, let's be real. Like, Catherine and Child are not going to do much for you in this game.
Not one bit.
Actually, now that I think about it, technically, like, being able to transfer Aquila Favonia if you ever play it is kind of good, but, like, still, it's not that insane.
So, Rissa is going to need something here to heal up, because if they knock out that Bennett, or if they freeze that Bennett, swapping into Jean will give the swirl for the KO.
Well, he can technically freeze... No, he can't actually freeze both of them because he only has one
Yeah.
Xingqiao Rain Sword left.
That's the risk.
So how does Rissa dig himself out of this?
Heart of the cards. Every time.
I mean, it has to be like Lotus Flower Crisp or something, right?
Or pizza. Even then, that won't be enough.
Yeah, you have to be able to...
Well, because Jean can attack...
Pizza already?
Oh. That might just... Well, I mean, if they swap into Ganyu... Not Ganyu. Jean. They just gotta deal, 5 damage. Get through the shield.
This is probably going to be a Ganyu burst.
If they can't, if they Ganyu burst...
Actually, wait. No, that's not... If they burst with Ganyu, just ending the game right there.
Yeah. And Jean gets 2 attacks out. Or maybe even more with that
Even
Ellen.
one was enough. If Rista is not able to save Ganyu right now, because just one E is enough to wipe out Rista's entire board right now. Or one elemental skill.
Yeah, it's being stopped by that shield on Jean right now. This is the moment. Oh, okay, they're going for the burst.
Goes for the burst. And it goes down. But
Going to
that's
be
it.
game.
GG's. Liel moves on. Keeps us alive.
Keeps us here in the studio, and I say studio very loosely, but keeps us going.
And yeah, that means Leo's going up against Slots next. They're going to need a couple minutes to set that up, but shouldn't be too long.
Yeah, and I think that's going to be a good thing to keep an eye out for, is how far can Liel go from what we've seen so far. They are kind of our flashlight to see other decks in this tournament. I guess flashlight's a good analogy. I don't know.
Slots is going to come in with Ganyu, Diona Official. So the deck that did well yesterday.
Oh, top 4
Ooh,
decks.
we got deck lists. Let's go. Now that we know who the top 4 are, we can just go through that. So that is Liel on the left, Rissa right after that, then Slots, and then actually, okay, I actually don't know. Is it the same deck? Wait, no, that's just the Ganyu Diona deck twice. We're missing Kiko's deck on this. But yeah, definitely like interesting that we are seeing somewhat of a diverse lineup here, and everybody is there. Like we have Ganyu, like every one of the characters that are sort of projected to be there are there. We got Ganyu. No, actually,
We got Mona.
We don't have to look. Never mind. But we have Rodea.
We have all that we need to have.
Yeah.
Ganyu is all we need. Oh, there we go.
Yeah, there's the correct list with Avatro. Like, completely, bucking the trend here. Just going with Noel Rodea and, well, waiting in Grand, so I'll be honest, in this type of tournament where it's like relatively luck-based, waiting in Grands is a huge advantage because you get to try twice, essentially. Like, essentially get a mulligan on a full game.
You could just get more practice in. And that's never a bad thing.
Funnily enough, I think the losers are actually getting more practice in, because, like, if you drop into losers, you from that point on have to essentially play double the amount of games that the winners have to play.
It's punishment. How dare you lose your game? Now play more.
Yeah. Also, in general, I feel like it sometimes has an effect where some people just go on a losers run, like because you're playing more frequently and like just more in general. Like it sort of zones you in. You don't have any downtime. You just go back to back to back to back to back games, and you just get in the zone. You often see that in fighting game tournaments, that people just go out into losers early and then just play like 8-9 games in a row, just absolutely building up, berserk charge, I guess.
Oh my god. I can't even imagine just having to be on edge that much for, I mean, at least for me, whenever I enter into like a big tournament, I'm always on edge for 8 games in a row, back to back with.
Yeah.
But for those that can, good for them.
It does sometimes mean though that like by the grand finals they're just like exhausted and just kind of, teeter out.
Well, I imagine that those fighting tournaments are very similar to other tournaments where it's like a full day. You get there at 7, 8 a.m. and you're there till 7 p.m. or after.
Yeah, like fighting game tournaments are often even a multi-day thing. It's like you have like pools, day 1, then like you play from top 128 to top 8, and then on the last day you have like the top 8.
And even which fighting game have you been?
Like you have to play losers top 8, losers quarters, losers semis, losers finals, and then grands. So that's 6 day games even on that day.
It's a lot of playing. Have you entered one of them before?
No, I'm more of a watcher. My reaction times are just so garbage. You can't even imagine.
Is that for Smash?
Sorry?
Is that for Smash? Super Smash Brothers?
I watched
Or
Smash.
okay, I didn't know what other fighting games that there was that you were talking about.
There's the Street Fighter. There's Mortal
Dragon
Kombat.
Ball.
There's yeah, Dragon Ball Fighter is sort of died down a bit, but it's still like a thing. You got like Guilty Gear. Yeah, there's a bunch of like cool fighting games out there that have a decent audience. Marvel vs. Capcom is like kind of people didn't really like the newest one, so that's kind of out for now. But you know,
Yeah, every time I try playing one, I go on. I'm confident in myself. I play it against the NPCs. I'm doing well. I go online, and then I'm like, nope, not touching that.
let's not.
It's like punch, get back in your box. I'm like, okay,
I'm never coming out again.
never. I will say I was really good at Dragon Ball Z Tenkaichi 3. You know, when I was a bit younger. I don't know if you ever played that.
Yeah, I think yeah. I don't know much. I didn't own like any of those like old Dragon Ball Fighter games, but I did play them at a friend's house.
They're so fun.
Yeah.
But reaction speed.
Yeah, like I have done those reaction tests, and it just comes out with you have the reaction times of a 50-year-old.
It's like, and they're just operating at 200 APM, like StarCraft. But we are into a game right now. Slots versus Liel, or Liel. I think I keep pronouncing that wrong.
I don't know. Like when I first read the name, I wanted to say Liel, but
It's.
I don't know.
I bet
Some
it's
people say Liel.
Lyle.
Liel.
Lyle. I bet it's Lyle. And we've been messing up the whole time. So Bennett is starting for Lyle, looking to apply pressure and build some energy up to get ready for their elemental burst. Versus this Ganyu that will look to start pressuring them back. What do you think they're trying to decide on right now?
Quite frankly, I don't really like. It seems like they're just looking to see if they want to switch, and it seems like they're just going to switch to Ganyu. Exposing Ganyu to a decent bit of pressure here, but obviously Frostbite Arrow is just the same to everyone.
As soon as you peek your head out from behind the bush, bah! You're hit with a Ganyu arrow. Oh, Timmy, there you go.
Yep.
Turn 1.
Timmy. That's good to see.
That child will haunt your dreams.
You know,
More.
as long as he stays where he is, I have no problem with Timmy's.
It's like The Shining, just following you. Let's see. I wonder if Laya will go for the Paimon play and take it slow, but I don't think they will because they can't afford to let go of the gas pedal here, especially with being already behind towards their Ganyu. They need to apply pressure back to kind of stay in this game. Looks like they're going to go for the swap.
The quick switch back to Bennett. They do have the Aquila Favonia, so just trying to apply pressure that way. Does have the elemental burst as well. Next to the burst card. Frostbite Arrow coming out. I think he's just trying to sort of win with Bennett here.
Yeah, I think just go for Raid Boss Bennett.
That's not the worst idea. It's going to be 3 damage. Healing as well. Slots. I feel like Slots wants to turn early here.
Now they're going to spread because that's also going to do additional damage. That's going to actually take the knockout on Ganyu.
Yeah.
And Jean will be on the 1 HP.
Yeah, I think this is just down to Bennett at this point. I don't think Liel has much more of a game plan than Bennett go boom.
Bennett go boom sometimes is all you need.
bonking Bennett.
The bonking. It's bonkers. They do get the shield food that I never remember what the name is.
Lotus Slaughter?
Yeah, that thing. 6 damage coming in right now.
Now, the advantage for Liel is we've seen the Diota versus the Bennett matchup before, and Bennett comes out on top. The advantage for Slots, though, is he's got more HP, and he's still got Official, and he still has even Ganyu Summon up. So if Oz comes down here,
Goodbye, Gene.
Bennett is not going to start the next turn with a lot of health.
Gene did not travel far today. We got Bennett. Ooh, 6 damage coming in right in return off the rebound.
Yeah, it does have the burst up now for next turn.
We've seen this matchup before, but Bennett this time is on the back foot.
Yeah.
Chewed.
But
Shield
Diona
broken.
does not have a lot of whatchamacallit. But it does not have a lot of energy. Question is, wait, is this enough? Let me think about this. No, Aquila Favonia is still active. This should not be enough.
It'll
Should be
deal
3
2 damage.
3, 2,
Isn't it Chew?
1, 6 damage. And then it's going to heal once. So it's going to probably survive on 2 HP as far as I can tell.
Ooh.
Jun Goba. Normal attack. See this? Goes down to 4.
The Cryo will hit first for 3, so they'll be down to 1 HP.
Oh, Aquila Favonia does not activate. And then, yeah, it's going to survive on 1 HP.
I like a Cathedral.
That's a bit late for a Cathedral. We're going to see Lieben also draw.
Oh,
RE. That's big. Or that
And
could be
RE.
big. I'm not sure. Does he still have healing food left in deck? He probably does, right?
Bennett
Going up to
looking
3.
Chew.
That's not enough, is it?
It's enough. I
Slots.
mean, it's enough to. Oh, nope, that's
Ooh,
not going to be
Prior
enough.
There we go. And that should be game for Slots, which means goodbye, Liel. Goodbye, our stream. Goodbye, our hopes and dreams.
It was crushed by the cat.
We're gonna do our best to see if we can still get the winners finals out. Sorry, the grand finals on stream. But yeah, this is
Time
tough.
to get
for
the
us now.
fishing rod out and go fish for a stream.
Yeah, like Kiko, as far as I know, is on PS5, so we're pretty much relying on Slots, I think.
You never want to rely on the slot machine, that's for sure. So
Hit
we'll
the
have to see
lever.
what we can do. Pull the lever. Wrong lever. But that was the opposite of what happened earlier with Diana Bennett.
Mm.
Anything
So,
is
yeah.
possible. Let's see if we can find.
I feel like do we just take a break until we know? Or do we just stay on until we know? Alright. We'll see in a bit. Hopefully with an announcement that we're going to have the grand finals. If not, it's gonna be tough. But
We'll see what we can do.
It's more important that the tournament's running, so see you in a bit.
Yep. Hello,
All
we
right,
are
we're
back. We both tried to go for that one at the same time.
Yeah. We got the grand finals. Slots is going to be gracious enough to stream from his phone, because that is, I guess, a bit easier than doing it from a PS5.
And we thank Slots for all that support and keeping the stream alive and well.
Also, thanks to Kojo, who's agreed to sort of act as a middleman here to get that stream rolling. And, of course, Spectre for having set this all up and keeping us going where no man's gone before.
Don't know where that is, but absolutely we are grateful and thankful for everybody involved.
Of the GITCG patch 3.4 Highlander Weekly.
Nailed it. But we will be starting that game in just a few moments, but we just wanted to come out and let you guys know that we are still going strong and looking forward to this match. So, what are your thoughts on this matchup?
Well, so to confirm this, we have slots on Ganyu Superconduct, and we have Kiko on Noel Lavachero and Rodea. Now, this matchup was already the winners' finals, so that could tell us that Kiko's might have a bit of an advantage. At the same time, though, let's not forget, this is a very sort of like random tournament, so we don't know how high and how low Kiko and Slots rolled in the winners' finals, so we might see the matchup reverse completely depending on what cards they draw.
And then what brackets do we have for the losers finals?
No, this is grand.
Oh, this is the grand finals. Oh, I thought we had one more game left over.
Wait, am I stupid?
No, I probably just misunderstood.
Yeah. According to the bracket, we're doing a reset. I'm not like. I presume they set it up that way for a reason, but you know. But yeah, so coming to the matchup, I think one of the things that we have to look out for is, so Kiko is not very like explosive at the start, and Ganyu can run off to a lead pretty quickly. The question is like, how much can you maintain that? Rodea is going to be able to, keep Hydro applied. As long as that's the thing, we will be able to see shields and heals from Noel. So depending on if we're seeing the right cards in Kiko's hand, this might go like very much in favor of the Noel. Cards to look out for, obviously, like Lucky Dog, Georesonance, stuff like that.
Absolutely.
Bunch of healing.
And so one thing that you should keep an eye out on is the strength of the shield that Noel can provide to withstand that initial burst from Ganyu. There's also, looks like Kiko starting with a Lava Churl to initialize some pressure.
Yeah. Lava
4
Churl
damage coming in.
Can FTK. And, yeah. Slots will definitely have to, be cognizant of that.
3 damage coming in.
Question is, does he have the Georesonance? This is the big question right now.
Looks like Slots is going for the gamble of... Oh no, there's a Sweet Madame for 0.
Sweet Madame, so that's... Wait, no. Burst still takes it out, right?
Ooh.
Yeah, there's the Georesonance. There's the Elemental Burst. Goodbye,
5
Ganyu.
damage coming in.
Oh,
wow.
That's so tough. Oh, that's so tough.
That is a lot of pressure coming in.
Yeah, now it's Diona who pretty much has to carry the rest of this. This is insane.
What are you thinking now that if your Slots out here and you're Ganyu, you're winning a strat, you got taken out turn 1?
I mean, he doesn't even have like that good cards to get have like dig out of this. He does have the.
Oh, I thought we were gonna get a concede for a second.
Okay, it's the he's battle mode.
Okay.
In the grand finals.
Gotta make sure you know what you're doing in the round finals.
Probably just looking for any out, really.
You can see the frustration.
Yeah.
Big card, little card, big card, little card. Oz coming in to apply some electro.
Yeah. The superconduct is going to be pretty good at just spreading damage right now. Putting Diona in position to take some kills. I don't think this one is going to like end very quickly, but I definitely see Kiko in like a massive advantage right now.
Absolutely, and I think
like Sus will have to get some really great draws right now.
What? Well, really, I guess depends on what Slots' strategy is going to be. Probably just sustain and stall and just spread damage through superconduct.
Yeah, like you want to see Lucky Dog coming through. I'm pretty sure. Well, Kiko's the lucky dog.
Yeah, it's a lot of summons out there.
Yeah, I'm not entirely sure. Like, does this mean that Kiko has the eye card? Because otherwise, I'm not sure if I agree with just using the lucky dog. Oh my god, he's already hovering the concede button. And yeah, the cards are just not good.
Double checking the rules.
Yeah.
The victory conditions in hand. Knock out all your opponent's characters. Oh.
Like, funnily enough, he's ahead in HP right now.
Yeah, spreading a lot of damage around. But just keep in mind, water takes many shapes and can put more summons down to apply that pressure. Actually, Oceanid, if there's a way to protect it this turn, could summon one more than burst. Oh, it looks like they're just going for it. Oh, they got the heal and the shield.
Lucky Dog heals.
It's gonna be 6. Should be 4 5. 3 damage onto the Diana, I believe.
And through the 3 summons, I can't.
But -3 from the shield food.
Yeah. Burst is 5 Hydro plus 2 per Mimic, so it's 6 damage. Okay, is not up to go for the burst here. Okay, sorry. 3 Hydro plus 2 per, yeah. 2 Hydro per. I'm blind. 2 Hydro plus 2 per, so 8. So -3 is 5 damage.
Yeah. Why did I say 3? I have no idea.
That took some
brain power.
But yeah, Diona and Oz going to town here. I will imagine at this point that Kiko just doesn't have the setup cards for Noel, because he doesn't seem to be setting up for a potential sweep here. More looking to get stuff done with Rodea.
0 damage through that shield. But if Diana breaks through that shield, then Hilichurl doesn't do geo damage on their attacks anymore. Which means no crystallized reaction.
Yeah. I think you kind of have to keep building energy here, just so you never run out of burst here.
Yeah.
At the same time, if you play
Ellen.
Ellen, right now, you might be able to just build the burst next turn. Like, completely.
Yeah.
Gonna opt for that. Phase.
And then 2 damage. I mean, Diana is holding her own out here.
Yeah, Diana, like, it's often a card that people underestimate, but Diana can... It's sort of one of the most weird hyper carries of the game. Just has innate healing, can do a lot of damage. It's just hard to sort of, like, keep going because she needs 3 energy.
Which is odd because Bennett needs 2 energy and kind of does a very similar thing.
Yeah. Maybe they just decided that applying cryo is better than applying pyro. Also, in general, I guess cryo resonance is better for hyper carries because you don't need to rely on like a reaction.
Yeah. Just do more damage. Hard to say. We got some hash browns. Is anyone going to have a snack?
Yeah, kind of has to right now because Flower Trail plus Adeptus might be enough, I think, to deal 7 damage.
Be pressure, I mean, she is holding her own. What can Kikyo do here? The burst won't do that much because the shield is now gone. Kikyo could look into bursting, letting the Hilichurl fall, and then bursting again next turn on the Oceanid.
Yeah, but the summons are about to expire.
That is true. But as long as they get low enough that Noelle can come in and clean up, then they're in a good spot.
I guess what I'm trying to say is I think Noelle might actually be better off just coming in right now over the Oceanid.
But she's not ready to sweep. You can't, she's got to sweep everybody.
Like, you will be able to get 1 energy onto her with Lisu. Then if you set up the breastplate, you're already at burst level. And then you might be able to do something from there, depending on what your hand is capable of.
Yeah, but I think the problem is that if Noelle takes too much damage, she's kind of the carry. And if she falls or she gets too low, then your carry potential is reduced drastically.
Interesting. Takes the switch to official here. That means that it's not going to be healing, right? On Diana from the burst? Or does the burst always heal Diana?
No, it will heal whoever is active.
Yeah, exactly.
So official could use Oz and then put... Can't put the pizza since you've already had Diana eat.
Yeah.
But that is a lot.
There's not going to be another superconduct unless, in the end phase, unless Kiko decides to switch onto Rodea after the lava troll goes down.
So, if official stays alive, if Slots switches into Diana, official could win this game. If there's a star signs or something to give her that last energy.
I think you might just be able to put down Oz Spirit to take down the lava troll. Do you go to Noelle here to prevent the superconduct? You just go to Rodea. Take the
You have to. Ooh! The star signs. That's looking
Kiko,
like it might be game.
Kiko starts off the turn. You will be able to put down a bunch of summons, I presume is what...
Yeah, but then Fischl will come in. Oh! Adeptus?
Temptation. What are
They
we seeing? First, four damage those, I think.
7 damage!
Where does the extra damage come from? I don't understand.
Mushroom pizza. This is a close game.
Yeah. Diona versus Noelle now. Noelle is up for the swing. Oh, three dice left.
She has to crystallize. I mean, she has to use the breastplate.
Yeah. Either that or go as, like, I don't know, Flower Crisp Cathedral or something like that.
Could be. Taking their time deciding. It's a tough place to be in. How much damage does that Hilichurl do on the side? 1 damage? And applies cryo?
Yeah, 2, so yeah.
You know, I've never known this is up here.
Oh, yeah.
I'll be honest. I've never known
useful.
all the reactions are in the corner.
Yeah. I mean, this is probably the turn that decides, like, the whatever decides this game. Send off coming down. Star sign and ends turn early.
Looks like they're going to be able to do a lot of damage with that. Oh, Adeptus Temptation. That might just be enough to knock them out.
Yeah, that probably is. June Goldbar as well now. I don't see Noelle surviving this. Adeptus Temptation comes down. And
3 damage exactly.
If we're not ill-informed, this is going to mean that we're going to a bracket reset, and we get one more game, Reese.
Did not expect that one bit. Not at all.
After the Ganyu was taken out, I was like, yeah, this is over. But there was just not enough pressure after the Lavaturl sort of lost the shield.
I started today thinking this is going to be a quick one. We'll be here an hour. All the games will be done. And turns out we got another game.
The problem...
The problem.
Sorry. Go ahead.
No, go ahead. I think it's exciting.
My internet is going crazy right now. But yeah, what I wanted to say is I think the problem really was that he didn't have the setup cards for Noelle. He couldn't get the sweep started, and yeah. I feel like with no cards, Diona is the better Juggernaut in the end game.
Yeah.
She has like self-healing, can shield like much more consistently. You don't need to crystallize for it.
And to be honest, the other games that we saw Noelle in, she had the Wolf's Gravestone, which helps Noelle out a lot.
Yeah. Wolf's Gravestone, Lucky Dog, you know, all that. So, I hope we can...
We're going to see a good game. We're going to see. Do you know who's going to be in the last game?
Well, it will be the same people.
Huh?
Like, a bracket reset is a...
The ghost, I suppose.
Sorry? Like, a bracket reset is essentially, like, because Kiko hadn't lost a game in this tournament before, Slots has to take him out twice.
Oh. That makes sense.
So, yeah. Kiko gets one mulligan for the finals, essentially, because he made it through the winner's bracket.
Okay, then, to see who can come out on top
Mm.
and be the Highlander champion. What do we call the Highlander champion? Is it just Highlander?
Yes, yeah. The heated Highlander.
The heated one. I don't know.
Fajita.
The fajita? Is that what you said?
The Highlander.
The
Okay,
Highlander.
we're going too far. We're going too far.
Now I'm just hungry.
Well,
You know, after seeing
one more game.
Diana,
Please. One more game and get your food.
time to get. I don't even know what to eat, but after seeing Diana do so well, I might have to level her up. She is currently level 1. People would hurt me for that.
I don't know. I've never really played Diana much, I'll be honest. Like, for a bit I played her with Ayaka. But really, I don't know, like, it doesn't... Like, yeah, she's good in a bunch of ways, but not in a bunch of ways that I need. Like, almost ever.
Yeah.
Like, she's
Well,
the worst shield. She's a worse shielder than Zhongli. She's a worse healer than most other healers. Yeah, she can get some cryo energy, but so can a bunch of other characters.
So I don't have Zhongli. I am using, with my Ganyu, Layla instead.
Yeah, that works as well. I feel like Zhongli is just one of those characters that, like, yeah, he's not the like people like the theory crafting community has completely turned on him at this point. But he's just like, if you just want to do your domains and not like pay a lot of attention to it, you just pick up Zhongli and just run in there and never die, and it's fine.
Well, it sounds like someone that would help me clear the last level of the Abyss. But then again, I am fairly still only 5 months into the game, so I'll get him when he comes back.
Yeah.
But in the meantime,
he's not that good for like floor 12 of the Abyss, just because he just doesn't like he doesn't make you faster in most ways.
yeah.
Yes, to some extent, like you get the so you don't get knocked around anymore, but there's also a bunch of other characters with interruption resistance that, you know, give you a lot more damage than Zhongli would.
Yeah, but he looks cool.
No doubt, no doubt.
So, I mean, waifu and husbando over everything.
Okay. Just go
No,
Archon
but-
squad, I guess.
Archon. All I have is Nahida. That's the only Archon I have.
Well, probably right now the most powerful one, I'd have to say.
Yeah. Hyperbloom's fun with Alhaitham.
Yeah. Or with anything, really.
Yeah. I still have my Sino sitting on the bench there.
I would assume Barbara Hyperbloom still beats, I don't know, D-Luke in his best team.
I'm so salty still. I've wanted Diluc since I started the game. He's the only standard character I don't have. And he's just avoiding me. And my Barbara is level 70. I should probably level her up because I know she's still kind of good. Well, I don't have Kokomi, so she's all I got. But I still am terrified of Barbara. But I'm glad she's not in the tournament here today, though.
Yeah. Zero representation. Let's actually look for a second, like, what oh, wait, now am I
No
going into
time.
game 2 of the grand finals?
So now, what changes do you make if your slot's coming into this and you just witnessed that happen to you?
Well, I think you... The thing is, I'm pretty sure he knew the gamble he was taking when he played the Paimon and had his Ganyu sniped. So the question is, do you do it again? Because like it is still like, yeah, it's a one-off card. Like Georesonance is one-off. I don't know.
This is tough.
There's a possibility you don't start on Ganyu this time. Instead on sorry, on on Fischl instead. Just get the Oz down, start chipping down the shield on the Lava Churl. So you use Fischl as a lot more of a sacrificial lamb.
You could, and then just attach the Skyward Harp to her and just use her for damage. That could be fun.
Okay,
but
Ganyu this time.
Ganyu will be starting here versus the Oceanid. I'm surprised that the Oceanid never uses the 5-cost skill, but I guess they want to weigh out what's being played.
I feel like that's just like you don't do it as the first thing you do.
Oh.
Summons. And another skill.
Well, there's 3.
And down the squirrel. Yeah, that's a bunch of hydro damage.
What will slots do?
So let's just end the turn. And Kiko probably also will.
Alright. Was this 4 damage coming in? 1.
Yeah. I think that was sweet
2
on Kiko's side.
4. Oh, double food coming down.
Yeah. Not the most powerful food for right now. Although we might use the
4 damage.
The Lotus Flower Crisp right now. Yeah, everyone low on Kiko's side again.
Oh, what is...
Ganyu's pretty up there.
What is that card do? Oh, 8 damage!
Yep. With the talent card, that's definitely enough. But now we're back to here, and honestly, Slots this time in an even better position than last time. The only question is, does Kiko have better setup now for his Noelle to sweep?
That is the question. They do have more summons down for more damage. I'd imagine that they'll swap into Noelle here, get down the breastplate and crystallized shield, and then try and go for Noelle sweep there with a Hilichurl finish. But that's just my guess.
Yeah.
Oh, nope, I was wrong. Ignore me. I don't know what I'm talking about.
Go to Hilichurl first. Interesting.
They might not have the cards they need in hand. Arch gets set up with Hilichurl first.
Or at the very least, they don't have the healing cards to keep Noelle sustained.
Oh, okay. They're going for it. Just gonna put the shield on him.
Mm-hmm.
Trying to be as hyper aggressive as they can.
I feel like at this point you just kind of have to give up Fischl. Probably just reapply Oz and then bid farewell.
Yeah, it seems to be that way. Looks like they're debating on using the Lucky Dog to heal, and then probably another food to prevent damage. Because Fischl would help them if she can stay out, but the problem is, yeah, I don't know if you want to give up Fischl just quite yet, but you do jeopardize the Diona coming down, who is kind of going to be your tank.
I don't know. Diona straight up feels like the least like she's in the game out of like any characters. Like try to play like hyper carry Diona in normal Genshin. I dare you.
Hyper carry Diona. She's a tank, not hyper carry.
Well, I try to do enough damage with her to even do anything. Well,
she's a claws.
Like, I think the difference is like the claws have like 15 seconds of cooldown in the actual game.
I like how she just throws. She's like, "You can have a drink. You have a drink. Here you go," and that's her attacks.
Yeah.
Keeping people hydrated for as long as she can remember. But right now, she's being hydrated with all those summons out.
Yeah.
What do you do?
That's not with the worst hand right now.
You can
I think
draw.
he's sort of debating on if he's going to want to strategize or if he to use some food or stuff.
All right. It's all coming down to these last few turns right now. A lot of pressure coming down. Hilichurl's going to be able to do a lot of damage.
Yeah. How much is that going to be? I feel like right now it'd do 5 damage. Does he have an Adeptus is I guess the question. First comes down. Ooh, that's 7, never mind.
Because it reacts to... It does bonus 2 damage because of the Hydro.
Ah.
Not sure what they can do about this.
Yeah. Looks like Kiko on the reroll of this game looking a lot stronger. And yeah, that's...
I mean, there is still Star Signs heal end turn. Oh no, official 8 already. Oh, so there's nothing.
Like, Kishel is going to probably survive this turn, but on 1 HP. There's no element applied right now, so the last Ocean of Summon will only do 1 damage. The problem really is that means that that Hydro is applied once more.
And Noelle has 8 damage on her side.
Yeah.
Or sorry, 8 HP to work through.
Dry Resonance will...
Oh, that's going to be the
that's
game.
It. GG's. Kiko
GG.
takes the win in the reset of the Grand Finals.
Wow.
Needed that at 1 mulligan. Will therefore technically, like over time, win the best of 3 against Slots. Having taken Slots out in the winners finals already.
Was quite the game though, that's for sure. Could have gone any which direction.
Mm. I mean, look, it honestly looked better at the start for Slots, but I think the difference was that, like, yeah, the Lava Troll was available in the mid game now, so Rodea didn't really get to do much in the first game. Was just kind of there, took a lot of damage, didn't really do a lot back. Whereas if you start on Rodea, she gets like all of the damage out she can, and then if you then go to Lava Troll then just gets to kind of sweep the softened units.
Yeah, so a pretty good strategy overall. Looks like the brackets are here.
Yep. Kiko winning from winners. It's a little small for me, so I'm just gonna have to pull it up on my own. Kiko taking down Sen, Liel, Rissa, and Slots twice to win the Highlander. Slots himself with a pretty impressive run, taking out G-Bot Oxide, Aryan, Birdie, Mariel, and then Liel in losers finals as well. So yeah, definitely a worthy final.
Absolutely, it was a great one to watch for this fun tournament that we have. Especially as a little bit of a break between the standard ones. We got the top 4 decks up right now.
Yeah. A lot of Ganyu. We kind of expected that, I'll be honest. Like, didn't we literally talk about it last week that Ganyu is just going to be like up there?
Absolutely, we were kind of predicting that after Ganyu's absolute dominance or popularity last week, that she would have the same level of popularity this week.
Mm. But yeah,
She did not
Noel
disappoint.
just taking it all. I feel like people sometimes underestimate like how good Rodea is. I'll be honest. Like I think the Rodea decks can still be like really good even in base format. But people are kind of sleeping on her.
Yeah, and I think that this also goes to show you that just because, you know, a card is really strong and a card's very popular, it doesn't necessarily mean that they will take first place. You know, Ganyu came in pretty strong, but ultimately, like last week, a other deck came in to show its own strength as well.
Yeah. Alrighty. Next week, we're gonna be back with the regular weeklies. This means major qualification is up for grabs again. Once again, to qualify for the major, you have to participate in at least 2 tournaments and finish with a total of 8 wins in those tournaments. Your best 2 tournaments will be taken. So if you in week 2 go 2 and 3, and then in week 4 and 5 go 4 and 1, those ones will be taken, and you still qualified for the major.
Yeah, and that's going to be exciting to watch. So make sure that you are tuned in for those games as we kind of figure out who's going to be participating in the major. And if you are participating in those events, we look forward to seeing you and your matches. And also allow us to watch if you can.
Yeah, thanks for watching today. Thanks to Spectre for producing the stream. Thanks for Kodo for stepping in for the finals to help us out. Thanks for everybody who's been streaming, especially Slots coming in like clutch at the end from the phone. Thanks for all the participants, and thanks to everyone who's been watching. Was a blast.
And also, don't forget to join the Discord, which is right above me.
Discord.gg/invocation with a K. Yeah. I don't think there's much more to say for today. No. The EU tournament is still tomorrow, so if you want to sign up for that, feel free to. And yeah, I think that's it. Signing off.
Signing off. See you guys.
Have a good one.
Balls.